3, 2, 1. There we go. I've never seen my body expand like a water balloon before, and it got about like that big, and it was a big old chichung, and then she was like, oh, and I was like, yeah, it's hurting, I don't think it's supposed to happen. She's like, oh, I was like, yeah, hey, can you do something? Oh, and then ooh, got this sucker done. Donated some blood. Here to have a good time. Neutral set. Bike is on. It does blow a little heavier fuel on that. I'm guessing it's the front cylinder. Yeah, that front cylinder initially, but as you can see, it clears up quite nicely after the first couple cranks. Or revolutions, I should say, not cranks. Well, all my gear's in the bag. It's 600 pounds. I'm going down the street. I got my boots and my helmet on. I'm good. Let's go. Ooh, picked up a nice little outfit for my wife, a top and a bottom. I think she's really going to enjoy it. She's into the real comfortable stuff recently, so might as well let her have at it. Look good while doing it. Things ride nicely, man. It really is just a fun little around the town bike. I mean, granted, most people, you put an 800-pound motorcycle under them, they're like, this is not a fun little around the town bike, but it really is a fun little around the town bike. I ain't gonna run that. There's no chance. Nah, too many cars, too many people. Don't know if a cop's around. Don't need to run that for no reason. I did eat some cookies. I went and downloaded some blood. As we can tell, I kind of look like a Ninja Turtle over here with a green shirt and a green little bandana thing around my hand and my arm. But everything went well, and it was going well until suddenly, I guess, the needle got backed up or whatever, and then it started shooting my plasma. Instead of back into my artery, it was putting it into my basically the interstitial space, the subdermal area. It was making like a big old water balloon under my skin between the muscle and hurting really bad and growing. I've never seen my body expand like a water balloon before, and it got about like that big, and it was a big old chichung, and then she was like, oh, and I was like, yeah, it's hurting, I don't think it's supposed to happen. She's like, oh, I was like, yeah, hey, can you do something? Oh, and then she took the needle out, which is nice, and then it drained like a water balloon. It just, and then after that, she put a little bandage on it. We're good to go. I guess she got all the blood she needed, so that's it. My system got backed up, but she did say I have nice plasma, and my plasma looks good. It's not like bacon fat left over on the pan overnight, and then it gets that thick, nasty, chunky-ish. That's no, yeah. She says, oh, such a good plasma. I was like, thank you, lady. Thank you. No, thank you for the balance, because that hurt like hell. Holy crap, did that hurt? And it still hurts. It's still cold from the ice she put on it. But I didn't want to put my jacket on. I didn't want to put my airbag on. I didn't want to put anything else on. I just want to go home. I feel like a dog got hit, and my tail's between my legs. That really hurt. It's going to perfect my muscle gains in the next 2 weeks. I'm supposed to be going to Mr. Olympia and losing. Or just a spectator. I can go to Mr. Olympia and be a spectator. Oh, Mr. Bubbles. You make me so happy. We should be moving again pretty soon. 3, 2, 1. There we go. My friend. something about riding this bike, man. It's just pure goodness. It's just pure goodness. Man, it's really, like, I never expected this bike to be, like, in my element. I've always been attracted to the Road Kings just because I like this as opposed to a wall. This is really nice. And then now that I'm naked, I'm sitting on it, I'm comfortable, I'm getting used to it, it runs fine, I don't have to worry about it dying at the stoplight because I ran out of gas, or the injector's clogged, or the ignition's fouling, or whatever the issue may be. The bike is solid, in track state as hell. I mean, man, this bike, I really can't go wrong with this thing. It's been so good since I've done all the work to it. I mean, granted, it was a lot of work, but honestly, in retrospect, for a 1997 anything, it wasn't that bad. It honestly wasn't that bad at all, and I'm just glad that there's enough of an aftermarket where I can rebuild it and more within my budget and more. Come on. There we go. But it most certainly is an HOA hater. Everybody in my HOA loves me though. They all enjoy me. I enjoy them. We're all good friends. We're good people. They're good people. I'm good people. They understand. We understand. They know I'm an instructor and this is what I do, and I rebuild. I try not to turn this thing on before 9 a.m. because honestly, it's a monster. Let's see how it does in these slow speed maneuvers. I just want to practice one or two. Not bad. Does fairly well. I can keep it tight. I don't want to drag anything any more than that, and I'd be dragging parts, and I don't really want to start dragging parts. That doesn't sound like a fun time to me. Okay. It's time to go to the gym. 2021 Africa Twin, absolutely disgusting. I need to wash it up again. I have washed it after the BDR and after other several adventures, and but you know, this is my twin. This thing's meant to get dirty. It's meant to get nasty. Lone Rider bags, Outback Motortech cage, and what's it called? Pannier rack. I have Lone Rider panniers as well. Then a factory top box, just painted by my friends over at Advneture. Adam, thank you very much for doing that for me. I appreciate it. It looks beautiful. Man, it's a gorgeous day. Let's see here. I don't see any clouds. The sun is starting to poke. Not starting to poke, it's already been poking. Hopefully it doesn't poke too much because then it gets hot. Right now 64 degrees, 63 degrees, probably drop another couple degrees. I honestly think it's in the high 50s. But the bike was garage stored, or it's always garage stored. It's my 2021 Africa Twin. I really love this bike. It has been my first, let's see, there we go. Forgot the visor down, gotta put that visor down. 2021 Africa Twin, it's been my absolute work beast, my work monster, my work truck. It's the Dirty Bird. There we go. Turd Ferguson, Burt Reynolds. It's got that the fiber on the front. It's black and gold, as you can see. It's a fantastic bike, man. It's got 38,595. I picked it up in 22, so roughly 3 years and change. I use it everywhere. I take it everywhere. I ride it everywhere. It hasn't given me a single issue. I did burn the clutch. That was my fault, though. Playing in the sand here in Florida, we don't have much else to play in, and since I coach so much and ride so much on it, I don't know if you can tell, I got street tires on this monster. So I have the Metzler Pro Torrents, Metzler Torrents Next 2, something like that. Metzler Torrents Next 2. Anyways, this is like my third or fourth pair of them, and they've been fantastic as far as the tire. The rear gives me about 8,000 to 9,000 miles if I'm being okay to it. If I'm beating it, about 8,000 miles, maybe up to 10,000 miles if I'm really nice. But I'm never really nice to this motorcycle. I ride it, and I ride it hard. That's the way it should be. I have had a set of knobbies, 2 sets of knobbies on this thing. One of them for the BDR particular one that I picked up the bike on. Since I ride so much street, man, I just put the streets on, and then I just go everywhere and deal with it when I get to the dirt. Drop the pressures, and enjoy myself. Now, if I fall a couple times, big deal. It's not a huge thing. That's why I ride motorcycles, is to learn to get better. And I go into the dirt often, or as often as I can, as long as I have somebody with me, to hopefully get better in that aspect as well, because that's where most of my training is. That's where I do my training. I'm an MSF rider coach. It's been a lot of fun to do so. Do basic rider courses, advanced rider courses, dirt rider courses. Just getting certified now for circuit rider course. I'm 3-wheel Harley. All the little things I can have some fun and go out and do things with. But I am getting more, I guess, known in my community. I don't want to say known, but within the small circle that I know, I've seemed to be enjoyed. And that for me is a good thing, because people are enjoying my company. That means they're going to want me back. And especially in a company where they're paying me, that means I'm going to get paid to come back. And you know what? I'll get paid to ride motorcycles all day long, man. Honda calls me up, I go out there and ride motorcycles. Hell yeah, I go out there and I ride motorcycles with them. Indian calls me up to ride motorcycles. Hell yeah, I go ride motorcycles with them. Go for it, buddy. I got you. Don't worry about it. I know you're probably going to make a left here. There you go. Beat Crash Free calls me up. Let's go have fun over here. Let's go have fun over there. Adventure Trading calls me over here. Let's go over there. Let's have some fun. That's my job right now, is to go ride motorcycles, have fun, and teach people how to get better, how to be safer. Ooh, dog. I love my job. My job is to grow. Grow as a person, grow as an individual, grow as mentally, spiritually, in my family, with my friends, socially, and hopefully I can allow the people around me to have a different point of view or a different perspective on things that they weren't necessarily exposed to before. I'm not trying to play devil's advocate in every situation, but it's something that I like to do. Good and bad, if you will. I'm very comfortable on this bike. I can dip and dive and dodge this thing everywhere, and it's been fantastic. Now, as far as a ride to Sturgis, it's either Mr. Bubbles or the Dirty Bird. The question is, which one? The Dirty Bird's going to get me there and back without even thinking. The only thing it really needs right now is an oil change, and I have the oil at home. I don't think it's going to just need a set of tires. As long as I get a set of tires for the Harley and I start using that more locally, shoo, this thing will be perfectly fine for Sturgis, and I'll have it ready. Like I said, I have those big old Lone Rider bags back there, not on there right now, but at home. And those moto bags fill the world and more, so I can really carry as much as I want and keep going. If I needed to carry more, I do have my top box up here, as well as I do have another Moscow Moto Outlander, I believe it's called, the top bag over there. It's a big old huge thing that turns into a backpack. I can carry all sorts of jazz. I might bring that with me just in case I bring stuff back home. I doubt I will, but you never know, and to have an extra bag for any reason might be a good idea, especially when you can turn into a backpack. I would probably put that bag on the Harley and I'd take it out that way, depending on how everything goes. We'll see. Yeah, my plan would be to take the Harley. I would prefer to take the Harley just because I think it would be a hell of an adventure, a little bit more difficult, a little bit more dangerous, a little bit more unknown, and that's fun sometimes, man. That's really fun sometimes. You know, that's why I like the off-road stuff. You know, you may have a solid bike, but you don't know about the road itself, the path, if you're how you're going to do. Ultimately, the bike's probably going to be fine. How are you going to do? Are you going to survive? Am I going to live through this thing? We'll find out. Cop or no cop? Let's play again. Nope, no cop. I'm going to say no cop. Guy has a nice little hat. He looks kind of dorky. Dodge Ram, he's already pushing me. Aftermarket wheels, aftermarket tires. Nah, that's not a cop. The bike, this Africa Twin does have a lot of accessories and stuff outfitted to it, but it's more so out of my personal taste as opposed to just going through the catalog and grabbing stuff. As I mentioned earlier, man, I really got to give a shout out to Advanced Cerakotes. Adam over there has been fantastic to me. Any color I want, any position I want, any material I want, he lets me know if he can do it or not. What's it gonna cost to do it, and how long it's gonna take. And for me, I can't be more happy. If you have anything in the Central Florida needs that needs Cerakote, powder coating, or any sort of painting advice, or maybe just a kind of somebody to pick your brain and whatnot, man, yeah, head on over and call Adam over at Advanced Cerakotes. Adam over at Advanced Cerakotes. That's the man to talk to. He'll help you out. Que conocen a su gente. This is Forsyth. It's kind of this particular section between University and Colonial. Between University and Colonial, it's really kind of industrial, as you can see. There used to be a good shooting range over here, not anymore though, they closed down. This Africa Twin versus the newer one. If I'm going to be honest, man, this Africa Twin, there's nothing that lacks between this one and the new one. It's been a fantastic, absolutely excellent bike. There's no upgrade on that bike that I see that hasn't been fitted to this particular motorcycle. It's pretty much the exact same thing, except for on the Adventure Sports, they have the smaller wheels, which I like my 21 and my 18. They went to a 1918. It smells like burn. Something's burning. Besides that, man, the bike is exactly the same, you know, graphics and stuff, but I don't care for graphics. The shield is different, don't care. Plastics are different, don't care. I don't care. You know, the bike for me is functionally the exact same, and honestly, this thing is going to take me to the moon and back, and probably I will wear out much sooner in my life than this thing will if I treat it well. So I try to treat it well. It's almost at 40 grand as far as miles. I plan on doing another, hopefully 10 to 15,000 miles more on it next year. Another 20,000 miles would be nice. Planning on doing more trips with Honda, more trips with Indian, more trips with Be Crash Free. I just want to have some fun. Sometimes I do that. I don't know if I should. No, I shouldn't. Yeah, let's have some fun. It was necessary. There was an obstruction. I saw a hazard on the road and I had to go around it. There was a hazard. You didn't see the hazard? The sun was in my eye. The sun was in your eye. You didn't see it because I didn't see you. the twin's been really good. Some things that I want to do to it is really just kind of maintenance items. I need to start looking at pads pretty soon, about 50% through the pads again. I need to start looking at rotors. I need to start well, not necessarily looking at rotors. There are floating rotors. I don't really feel any serious slop in them, but I need to start looking at rotors. I need to get some cush bushes, some cush bush. I need to get some cush for the rear. Because those bushings are already the straps. So I noticed 2 or 3 of them is starting to snap. Last time I pulled the tire off was about 2 weeks ago. What else do I need to do to this thing? I got the oil change kit. I have to clean the air filters, and then if I'm taking it to Sturgis, it'd be nice to bleed the brakes. Besides that, man, I don't think we're gonna have too much of an issue. Everything else seems to be okay. Bearings, bushings, seals, guides. You know, I have all my gear. It's just a matter of getting up there and doing it. If I do that trip, I expect to be hopefully under 40,000 miles by the time I started on this particular bike. Then on this particular, I'll be over 40,000 miles. But I hope to come back with less than 50. And if I come back with more than 50, cool. You know, I want to do some riding while I'm up there and some riding while I come back. But on the way there, it's going to be serious business. You know, I'm going to show up to work. If I'm going to show up to work, I better be on time. So when I leave, I'm going to leave with plenty of time. My idea is to do 1,000 miles a day, 2 days, to get there. Which isn't something that's very unheard of, nor is it something I would say uncommon for me, because usually my long trips are between anywhere 600, 700, 800 miles up to about 1,000 miles. I don't think I've really done more than, let's say, 1,100 miles total in one sitting. But yeah, it's gonna be 1,000 miles one day, 1,000 miles the next. And like normal, when I take these trips, especially from Central Florida, you know, the byways and highways and stuff, you really don't have an issue with deer out here at all. So I can leave at midnight, 1 in the morning, dip and do my 16 hours, 14, 16 hours straight, and get there at 3, 4 in the afternoon, relax, sleep, wake up at 1, 2 in the morning again, and bounce. Or I can even sleep in it a little bit later, and whenever I wake up, I leave, and do my 1,000 miles, and when I get there at night and I sleep. Whatever happens, happens. At that point, I'm just out there to have a good time. As long as the bike works and I have cell phone signal, or even if I don't, whatever, I can make it. Overall, that's my plan. If anybody wants to join me, hell yeah, come on, join me. If you want to join me en route, I'm considering going through either Houston, St. Louis, or Chicago. The differences between St. Louis and the other two is that St. Louis is going to be about 100, 150 miles shorter. In the grand scheme of things, does it really matter? No. Would it be nice to see different areas? Yeah, maybe I take one way up, one way down. So I got the tour pack. I got it over there, the purple one. I already cleaned the top, made a little short about it. Pretty cool little thing. Tour pack is a king, I believe. I mean, it doesn't look like a chop, doesn't look like a razor, so I assume it's a king size. It's not beat up as I thought it would be. It's kind of nice and it's cool. It comes with the aluminum plate drilled in for another rack for another motorcycle that's not for this bike. But this top box is made for this bike. That plate is not made for this bike. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adapt that plate for this bike. That's the only thing I really kind of have to. I wouldn't call it fabrication, but I would certainly call it modify the plate to go back to the factory standard. So that you can see the holes all the way around on the box itself and where the plate is going to lay and how it sits. Because of that, it's just going to take a little bit, but I'm going to take the hardware that she did have on the box. I'm going to take those bolts out. I already did. I knocked them out with the hammer. I'm going to probably use that as a transfer punch. So I'll sharpen the ends, make them like little screw, like little nails. I'll put them through the box. I'll put it down in the box so they all sit upward. I'll put the plate on it, make sure it covers all the screws. Bang, bang, bong with a hammer. It's going to transfer that mark over to the piece of metal, and then from there I can I can drill my holes out, and put it all together, and sandwich it to the bars of the rack. The other modification I'm going to have to do that's not necessarily part of mounting the rack to the bike itself, but it facilitates that, which would be the seat itself. This rack is supposed to be used as the solo seat, and I most certainly don't have a solo seat. My foray into Harley Davidsons have not allowed me to have such a large parts bin where I can kind of, hey buddy, what you got? Oh, squirrel. Nice Yamaha. Ooh, Yamaha 650. Very nice bike. He's riding a heat-light. Man, I don't have my heat-light. The Charger's dead, so wow, that sucks. I normally wear an airbag. I have not worn an airbag in, man, years. But I lost the Charger. I misplaced the Charger when I had a bunch of family over, and now I can't charge my bag. I did order a new cable, but it got delayed with Christmas and all that stuff. It's the day after Christmas today, and it got delayed. So I'm waiting for it hopefully to come in today. I know it's local, they just couldn't get it in before Christmas. So I can charge that bargain. I can look real cool. We can be Helite people together. You're the only other person I've seen on a Helite. Well, on the road that is. I've seen some of my people coming as far as students and during the demos. Very, very rare though. I adore the hell out of my Helite. I have certainly used my Helite on 3 different occasions. If you want Uncle Tony to go ahead and give you a little story on all 3 of those occasions and how they happened and why my airbag went off and what I think helped and didn't help and all that stuff, oh, please let me know. I might even do that on my own, even if you don't want it, because guess what? I got 3 people watching this video. 3 people. Me, my grandma, and my dog. And my dog's watching it with me. So that's only 2 views. That's okay. Nobody cares. I'll go ahead and do it myself then. I might put out that video. Why not? But whatever, tangent, done. Tangent. Aww, preschool has a dinosaur. Preschool has a dinosaur. Preschool has a dinosaur outside eating a Christmas tree. Let's pass Mr. Car. I don't want him to run into me. He's not even paying attention. Mr. Man's looking down into the ground. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into today. Big old dog, big brown dog, big brown dog and a slow fluffy dog. Big brown dog and a tiny fluffy dog and a tiny fluffy dog. Big brown dog.